Morning and welcome to this morning's Gogglefrogs. I can't remember which episode it is. Is it 55 or 56? Sorry, 65 or 66. I can't remember, but a huge good morning. So whether you are watching us live or watching us on the replay, we have now been going for 13 weeks during lockdown. So I hope you have brought your knitting or crochet or crafting with you, and a nice cup of tea. So I managed to get my cup of tea, and I've even got some gluten-free chocolate biscuits that I bought as well. So here we go. We've got everything that I may need. So I hope you're having a really, really good day. And Brigitte, thank you so much. You have just confirmed that it's episode 66. Where does the time go? So yeah, we set this up because we couldn't get out to our normal knit and natters with lockdown. And if you are watching this on replay in 10 years' time, you may wonder what lockdown was and what this pandemic was. But we've all been in our homes, trying our best to keep safe, keep warm, and keep sane. And that's why we thought, why don't we have an online knit and natter where we can get together and you can see us, but we can't see you, but we can definitely chat to you live. So I'm Angela. I'm with you on my own today. So my lovely co-presenter Robert is in work because this is the first day that John Lewis are reopening his store. So it's going to be very, very busy for the next few days. And Claire sometimes joins us as well. However, she's back as well at school. So here we are. So what a lovely, lovely morning it is. Well, it's looking a little bit grey out there. So I travelled from the north to the south yesterday, and we went through hail, thunder, lightning. So it was life. It was a lovely drive, really interesting. My mum, however, found it a little bit scary at times. But hey, lovely to see you today. So let's have a look. So I want to say huge good morning. And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go top to bottom. So a huge good morning to Brigitte. Thank you very much. And thank you for letting me know that it's episode 66. Morning, Deborah. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Marion. And good morning, Safi as well. So hopefully you're here and enjoying and relaxing. I must admit that when I got back, I had to throw things around this morning. So we are just going live on the off. All right. So it always happens when I'm between two properties, and it's not that I'm moving from one to another. I have to travel to the other property to take supplies into my dad who's in hospital. So that's why. So it's totally above board and legitimate, etc. So let's have a look and see what's happening in the chat. So Brigitte says good morning, peeps. Judy says hi everyone. Brigitte has confirmed that it's episode 66. Marion says good morning. Deborah says good morning, Angela and everyone. Safi says good morning everyone, and Linda says good me to you too, Angela, and good morning to you too, Angela, and to everyone else. And Marion says not so humid today. No, it hasn't been, has it? Which is lovely because it was rather humid yesterday. So we needed to is it do they call it breaking the storm? I don't know. I think there's a phrase about that. But cheers this morning. So we've had two. Have we had two evening Gogglefrogs this week? I think we have. Yeah, 2 evening Gogglefrogs, 2 morning Gogglefrogs, and then we'll have Saturday's Gogglefrogs as well. So here we go. We're still on this. I just want to let you know what happened. As I was looking through, I realised I had dropped a stitch at some point back there. So I may decide to do that in, or I may just decide to tie it. Who knows? Because it's for me. It's not for somebody else. So what would you do? Tell me what you would do if you found that you had dropped a stitch down there. Would you tie it up so you couldn't see it, or would you do the whole lot? I haven't decided yet. And I need good light for doing anything like that. So hopefully you've got your knitting somewhere safe. So I'm on this second ball of non-matching. It's a different die lot. So would you tell that it's a different die lot? I don't know. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a listen to whatever music Robert has cued for us. I have no idea what the music is so far. So let me have a look. Thought you were saying that you could hear me singing. I thought I'd forgotten to turn my mic off. Phew, I'm so happy that you couldn't hear me singing. So anyway, I've seen all of the little things about Mike, and I thought you were laughing the fact that I'd had my mic on while I was singing. So I'm so glad that we don't have to cut that out. So here we are. I am back. So I hope you really, really, really enjoyed that little interlude. I don't know where Robert gets them from. I really don't, but he searches all over, and I got a message at 5:48 this morning saying music for today is uploaded. So he was up and about early and doing that. So don't worry. I'm doing things today as well. So I do things behind the scenes as well. It's not all him. But yeah, so hopefully you loved that. Georgie says, love Frank Sinatra. That was lovely. I just love the fact that we never know what's going to be with us first thing in the morning. So sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's a really nice song. Although I think, I think Young at Heart is so true of our group, isn't it? Of everybody who's part of Gogglefrogs. So absolutely love that. Now, what was I going to say to you? Yes, don't forget, Tuesday is a big, 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 big day in Gogglefrogs time. It's a big day on Tuesday. So please, please, please do everything possible to either join or watch the replay as soon as possible. If you're live, it may be in your interest. So anyway, Tuesday is a huge day, certainly for us. You know, it's really exciting with certain things changing. So that'll be great. And the other thing that I just decided to try was leave this on the end. And I thought, do you know what? If you get a little band like that, it's really quite good to tie it on. And now I realise that if I do that, if I do run out of wool halfway through, I'm not frantically trying to find the ball band that is in one of my project bags. So I thought this is now my go-to. If I do have one of these, I'm going to actually tie it to the end of the needle just in case I run out of yarn and have to get more yarn again. So yeah, I'll just have another little sip of tea and then we'll see what else has been happening in the chat. Because I know you said that I asked a quick question before I forgot to turn my mic back on. And I said, what would you do? Because
I'm doing this workday scarf. It's longer than a normal workday scarf, but I realised that I had dropped a stitch all the way down there, and would you actually sew it in? And I think everybody has said that they would sew it all in. So Linda says, tie it. It's been going on too long. Yeah, I think I would lose the will. Sally says, the first time it happened to me, I frogged the whole shawl, but subsequently I now fudge. Yes. Judy says, I'd sew it in, especially as it's garter stitch. Yeah. Linda says, then on to Frank Sinatra. So I think I'm just going to tie it in. I just can't be bothered, which is why I saw that. And these are just where there were joins in the yarn. So I'll cut those off. It doesn't matter. It's for me. If it's for somebody else, there are times when I will frog back to the beginning of that row if there's a join partway through a row, but it doesn't matter. Apparently, it is teaming it down up in Yorkshire, so I hope you're safe. But yeah, it looks as if it's bad weather up in Yorkshire. It's been bad weather down here as well. It's been raining most of the morning. I've had some weird bird arrive in the back garden. Don't actually know what it is. I don't know if it's a small partridge or if it's a small pheasant. I really don't know, but it was enjoying the mud and walking around for hours and hours this morning. So it actually flew off when I put some food out for all of the birds, but never mind. So it's still rather wet here, but it's just stopped raining about the last 10-15 minutes. So hopefully that's okay. But as Deborah says, absolutely pouring up there in Yorkshire, so it's a day for knitting. Absolutely. Day for knitting, sitting in front of the fire and finding something really good on the radio, good audio book, or something good on the television to watch. So I think we'll be doing that for a little while today. Linda says, oh, lovely. A bit of Frank is so relaxing. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Robert, for doing that. Sorry, I've got a little, you know, when you have a hair that goes on your nose. So I've got one of those somewhere. Brigitte says, I started to sing along and halfway through noticed the words on the screen. Mic on, Angela. Thank you very much. And when I read that, I thought I had left my mic on and you could hear me. So that's why I was laughing. So funny, mic on. Yeah, I know. I just carry on talking, don't I? Brigitte says, best bit ever, as I'm still twittering. And everyone's saying, mic on. Sally says, Angela, we have no sound. Put your mic on. And I still ignore that. I just saw the little thing. So Jackie, thank you ever so much for saying no sound. And then Linda said, that's better. So Georgia says, love a bit of Sinatra. That was lovely. Sally's saying that this is far too long to frog. Yeah, I wouldn't frog, but I always find it's really easy to pick up a stitch from however far down if it's stocking stitch. But if it's garter stitch, you've got to go from one side to the other, one side to the other. So that's why I don't do that one. Sally says, now you have to cut the knot off and use one of the invisible joins we learnt from the video tutorials. Do you know what? I tried it once and I made a knot, so I'll just leave a knot. Or I might try. I'll have a look and see if I've got enough yarn to actually make that invisible join. Safi says, just run it back up. Definitely don't frog for a drop stitch now. Now you can cut. Still raining in the buzz. So there we are, up with the chat. We've all caught up with everything. So one thing that we will be doing at some point is recording some videos like we used to show. So I'll be recording some videos. I just need a couple of days because you can't just do a video. You've got to actually knit the thing and then you've got to record it and upload it. So I don't quite know what I'm going to do, but we'll bring back the little videos, but we will do them with stuff that we all learn. Or maybe I should show you how to pick up a stitch, but that's something that I don't think I'm going to do on this because it's a 3 millimeter needle and life's too short. So what have you been doing? Has anyone started any new projects? Please let me know if you have. I just put, I've still got that there. I just decided to put a few things up here to make it a little bit prettier. The reason why this up is, if you remember from the first few episodes, we've got some tester pots, and this was lime plastered, this wall. So lime plaster costs quite a lot of money. It's a minimum of £75 a square metre. And the paint that you actually paint on it is about £100 a can. So that's why I'm not going to even attempt to paint that. And because there's plastering work going on all over the house upstairs, that's why this wall has something over the top. Because if not, lime plaster is grey. And it's great because it allows an old property to breathe, but we've got 3 tester pots here, so that's why that's still there. At some point it will get done, but I don't think it's going to be this year. Okay, so if you wonder why I do have something with hedgehogs on there, it's to cover up the grey wall and the tester pots for you. So I will continue with this while we're going, but do tell me if you've started any new projects. I know that Marion, I'm sure it was Marion, you were waiting for some new wool, or had you picked some up? And who else was it who bought the wool Monty at the weekend? So let me know if they've arrived yet or when they arrive. Right, okay. Let's see who else has joined us. I know a couple of others have joined. Sally, good morning. Didn't say good morning earlier. Jackie, good morning. I'm sure you're working in the background, but lovely to see you again. So here we go. The other thing as well, one minute. I haven't seen this wall for a few weeks, but I know I spoke about this before, this one. And this is thicker than this in the workday. This is this Peruvian one, and it's yellows. It's something about sun. And this is where I haven't kept the little ball band with it. So easy when you use it, when you do them on a Swift, isn't it? But I don't actually possess a Swift. Robert does it on his Swift whenever I need anything doing. Is you just put the label in the middle, but somehow I lost the label. So it's what I do with this next. I do have the secret project that I still need to work on. However, I don't like the pattern, so I'm going to start again today, at some point today, and try and get it to work as I want it to. But when we're creating things, we always find this, don't we? We have to start them several times. But I know I've spoken about this one a few times now, but I just love the colours on that. And it's, do I do another workday scarf? I may do, actually, because I quite like it. Or do I do something else? But I do think that that will be in a slightly bigger needle size, thankfully. Yeah, that'll be a 4mm. Oh, thankfully, going back to 4mm. So if you've got any other recommendations, I know we have quite a few scarves that we've been looking at. Let me know, and I'll start that at some point. And I also have, was it Hitchhiker? I was going to do in those. So these beautiful ones, and you know me, I like showing wools, and I know you all love sharing your wools. So those are the things that I've got in projects to start, which will be brilliant at some point. Just need to finish a few more things off. So let me know what you're doing. Get it into the Facebook page, and then I can show what you've got. So let's have a look through, because we've had quite a very, very active. So let's have a look and see what's said in the chat. So Safi says, yes, I started 2 this week, one whilst I was waiting for the needles for the other. So I started a Fire and Ash pullover by Claudia Q using King Cole Authentic, and now Love Note jumper by Tin Can Knits in Embrace. What on earth are these? Let's have a quiet look. Fire and Ash pullover. Let me see if I can find that. It's not coming. Right, let me try it a different way and I'll try and find it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. So sorry about that. Phew. Thankfully, I didn't lose you all and you're still here. So, Claudia Q. I'm going to try and have a look at Claudia Q pattern. Let's have a quick look. Right, I can find so I've found something for let me have a look at Claudia Q in Ravelry and I'll see if I can find that. I'm not too sure if I can. Oh. I can't log into my Ravelry account, so sorry about that. If you can you have a look and try and put that into the chat? That would be lovely. And love note jumper, love note jumper, tin can knits. We've heard about tin can knits before, haven't we? I've never bought from them, but they do. Oh wow, sorry, I'm so glad I found this one. Right, let me share the screen so you can see this because it is absolutely stunning. Safi, I really like this one. So love note jumper, that's it. Isn't that just beautiful? Absolutely love that. So I'd be really interested to see how that's working for you. What a beautiful design. Really lovely. And isn't it lovely the fact that you've got, oh, is that in the same one? Love note sweater. Yeah, it is. They're all the same. I love the fact that you've got these little holes over the arms as well. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm loving that. Let me see if I can find something else. So I couldn't find Fire and Ash Pullover by Claudia Q, but now you've got all of your needles and you've got 2 projects on the go at the same time. That is really good, Safi. Sally says, I use a rubber band to hold the label on the outside. I will have to do that, Sally. I'm going to have to do that because then what happens is I end up with this lovely yarn. And I think, oh, what mill is it? What type is it? I just know it's non-muled and it's from Peru. So Marion says, I picked up yarn from the Spotted Sheep and have started knitting with it for my aunt. I then went online and ordered some more from Hobby. I think that's because you saw Hobby's delivery in, was it Helen? Was it Helen who'd ordered from Hobby? And I love the fact that it has little stickers, start here, so that you know exactly where that little start bit is. then what I'm like, so ordered some from Hobby, as I want to do a Danish pattern, so wanted appropriate yarn. Isn't that lovely? And you've probably never been to Denmark, have you? But we all need more wool, so absolutely thank you for letting us know. Safi says, I like a hand rolled ball. A special skein deserves to be hand wound. Oh, so I've got two here, look. I've got that one that I wound myself, and then I've got this one as well. So both different. One's much fluffier than the other one. This is much fluffier. I tend to find that most of them are about 400 meters or 200 meters. And that's what I can't understand, how much is in that ball. But you know what will happen? If I start doing something and I need more, I'll just get another ball to finish that project off. So that'll be good. And Safi says, both quite similar on Ravelry. Oh, so the two of them are, I'm just going to take a quick photo because I don't think I've got a pen. So I can have a look at them on Ravelry when I can actually get into my account. I use two different computers, and I'm one who saves everything, saves all of the passwords. So when it asks me to remember a password, I think, so that's what happens. So anyway, that's good. So thank you for that. I really love that little jumper, the Love Note jumper. Jackie says that I'm doing my swatch for the Love Note jumper. I'm doing it in double knit. Lovely that's really nice to know. Safi says it looks like she designed it for unit. I'm doing a fluffy one. Oh, lovely. I'd love to know. Please do share pictures. If you want to do them on Wednesday, you can do for Work in Progress Wednesday. And Sally says, Fire and Ash unit. Thank you ever so much, Sally. I will show that now. So let me just get that up. Oh, yeah, they are very similar. Right, let me just share my screen so you can see this. And Sally's saying this is a free pattern. Wow. Right, won't be a moment. Just trying to share. That's why I was putting ash and fire in rather than fire and ash. So unit, oh, look at that. Yeah, one's open and one isn't. Love that. Absolutely love that design. They are both beautiful. Ooh. I might have to have a look at, should we have a little look at some other things on there? So unit, there's knit, so unit patterns. Let's have a look at some of these. Oh, I like the way how that one drapes with the little tassels on the bottom. That is gorgeous as well. That big shawl, that's definitely a nice big winter shawl. Oh, look at some of these beautiful little bits. Oh, love that. This is a real cutie. Little Dream sweater. How have I not known about this website before? Or maybe I did and just didn't go back to it. There's some lovely things in here. Absolutely. So that's the Ash and Fire, not Fire and Ash. Melody Sweater's a little bit similar. That looks as if it's got less positive ease on that one. That's a really nice long drapey one. Let's have a quick look at that one. That one looks really quite nice. Oh, that does. That's lovely, and it's nice and big. So cold before winter. I like that because before winter hits, we do tend to go out in our nice clothes that are really late summer clothes, and we still try to go out without a winter coat, don't we? Let's have a quick look through here. They've got some lovely shorter. Oh, what's this? This looks quite nice. Is this a... Oh, I thought that was, so it's a yoke neck pullover. I thought it was, oh, and it's a loose one. I do like those designs around. So top down, that's lovely. I like that one. And they're all free. There's some lovely patterns here for free. Wow, let's have a look at the last page, only because we can never have enough patterns, can we? Oh, there's a cowl there. So they do lots of things. New yarns, as if we don't need to know about any new yarns that are coming on. Let's have a quick look and see what's here. Ito, but that's not the Ito that I know, because Ito, you have Ito in Noro. Ah, it's a brand. Sinsai and Gima, or Gima, 8.5. Is that, how can you get 8.5? Oh, I don't know. They're different to ours, aren't they? Oh, some nice yarns there. So I will leave you with that. So thank you for sharing that. Hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of a look around. So that was lovely. Sorry. Right. So Safi's doing a lovely, fluffy love note, which will be beautiful. Dawn says, hi everyone, working but listening. Hello Dawn, lovely to see you. Marion says, just ordered the Fire and Ash, it's free, which is brilliant. I think I will go in and order that as well afterwards. Safi says, yes Jackie, I'm doing a double knit as well, looking forward to seeing your version. I always think it's amazing how different things can look, just in a different either weight or a different effect. So if you've got something fluffy and then you've got something very shiny, they will look so different. So yeah, it'll be lovely to see them. Marion says, I've got a lot of DK, so should be okay. Got even more foreplay though. Yeah, and Sally says, thanks Safi. It's lovely. It's a lovely new site to me. Yeah, I haven't seen it as well either. And when I went in, I put in Fire and Ash, not realising it was Ash and Fire. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm just wondering if there's anything else on there that we need. Now there is something in there as well. It says learn. So they've got weaving classes. What on earth is Tamari classes? Oh, it's in Toronto. I wonder where. Bloor Street. Sorry, I've been to Toronto several times, so I don't know whereabouts it is. But it says Tamari classes. I don't know what Tamari is, so I'm going to have to find. I'm going to have to check that out. So let me have a quick look. Does anyone else know what Tamari classes are? I think I'm going to learn something else today. Tamari class. What on earth is Tamari? Oh, learn to stitch a Tamari ball. So it must be this Tamari ball. So let me show you, and I'll just share it the screen. So I have actually learned something new today, which is great. I'll just show you what the Tamari ball is, and then we'll have a look at Gogglefrogs knit and natter page. Right, so here we go. Here is a Japanese Tamari ball. I have never seen them ever in my life. It's an ancient craft. So they do those classes in Toronto, obviously not at the moment, but they look really quite interesting and intricate. I'm going to take a quick photo of this because I know we've got so many of you who are great knitters, great stitchers. So let's see if anyone knows how to do tamari, or if anybody has done tamari. That would be quite interesting. So Dawn says that she's just downloaded the Ash and Fire pullover. It's gorgeous. So easily distracted, I know. And Sally has said it might be worth asking Claire. I was going to ask Claire. I know that lots of you, I know Sally, you do lots of beautiful stitching, embroidery as well, but that's something I've never seen before. So hopefully we can find out a little bit more. So if you've, what I'm going to do now is just go into the Facebook page. I will just log back in and we will go and have a look and see what's in there. My tea's going cold. I hope you've been able to have your cups of tea. Right. So let's have a quick look at this. Just remember, I can't read in the comments when I'm on a different screen. So let's have a look at Gogglefrogs. So Brigitte, eldest granddaughter, has a birthday, so she's going to be 16 soon. Not many suitable cross-stitch designs for that age, so made this card up herself. That's beautiful, Brigitte. Well done. And I always say it every time, I love that you sign it. And that is just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. I know that she'll be very, very happy with that. So well done. And it's something to treasure as well, isn't it? And keep. Let's have a quick look. Oh, we saw this yesterday, didn't we? Although one thing that I would say is I really, really like the look of that, Linda. I love the look of this. So let's just double check. Has anyone asked you what the pattern is? I know if it's a pattern that we pay for, it's a pattern that we pay for, but I'd just love to know which one it is, because I really do like that border. No, but if you'd like to just share which one it is so we can go and buy whichever one it is, then that'd be brilliant. And I think that's it. So thank you ever so much. I think that's what we've had from yesterday. Let me know if there's anything that I've forgotten to share. Oh, did we see this yesterday? Did we? I don't think I did see this one, but I think this is one that has been shared, and this is from Shandy. Yeah, Shandy is amazing at having these beautiful colours and different palettes to put together. So yeah, if you love colour, have a look at Shandy, who is Expression Fibre Arts. I shared a free pattern the other day. Some of her stuff is just out of this world. So absolutely stunning. Do have a look at that. Anything else that we haven't shared? Oh, that was on there. Thank you, Georgie. You shared this bag. So that's something, the Little Bee. I know you really follow the Little Bee, and I think that's a really nice bag. And we looked at so this is what happens. Facebook really jumps around. So my local recycling place has these for sale and can post. Oh my word. So do have a look and see if there's anything that you'd like. I think that most of them have found homes now. We went through that. That's something else. That's the free pattern, or at least it was free yesterday. It will be free for a few days and then it will go. We saw that, and I know everybody commented on that there. So I think that's it for yesterday to today. And if you're working on something, please do not be afraid to share it time and time again. Oh, this is from Fran. Did we go through this yesterday? I don't know if we did. No, we didn't. What Fran's done, Robert thought it was a knit one, purl one rib. Close up of the scarf you thought was knit one, purl one rib. It's not. It's much easier and cozier too. Stitch goes like this. So knit 4, yarn forward, slip 1, purlwise. Oh, I'll leave you to read that. I need to translate that. So I'm sure it is easier when you go, but have a look through there. So thank you ever so much, Fran, for letting us know. It really is beautiful, and I love how it's picking that variegated yarn up. So I think that's a stitch that really works with certain variegated yarns. And there is the book that Dawn recommended that's in the Facebook comments as well, and that's a book about different variegated yarns, and that's coming out later in the year. So I think that's something that lots of people will want. So I think that's it. I think it is. Yeah, I think that's it from everybody. So thank you ever so much. So hopefully you saw those then. So Deborah says, yeah, like me, she's always letting my tea go cold. And Safi says it would be great to see all the different versions of pullover if we make it. She's finding it a nice steady knit so far, so that's lovely, Safi. I'm sure lots of people will want to start that and actually share the results. Sally says she's got a black screen and not Gogglefrogs. Oh, back again. Sorry, it must be an internet thing somewhere, either with you or with me. I don't know what this is, Sally, this YouTube. Let me just try and have a look at that. Oh, there is. I am going to share that.
Ethnic arts such as
I will share that, Sally, or if actually, Sally, if you want to share that in the Gogglefrogs group, it's a YouTube and it is on, let me have a look, Chiyo, Chiyoe, Kubota Tamari Ball Artist. And they are going to show
Tamari, the Japanese needlework tradition.
The needlework tradition. So we will take that. And I'll put that in our Gogglefrogs group for us. I'll do that now in case we lose it. But thank you so much. That is brilliant. We spoke about today in Gogglefrogs. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sally. You're brilliant at finding things. And we have that now. So hopefully you will be able to have a look at that. I haven't seen the video yet, but it looks good. And it's about the really traditional art of Japanese design. So some of the, when you look East and West style, the knitting can be very, very complex to us. But I'm sure they find some of our stuff complex as well. So yeah, I will be watching that with interest very soon. We just don't want to get told off by copyright again. So that's why we're not showing any of the videos at the moment. So hopefully you appreciate that and understand that. Now, I haven't done very much of this today, have I? I've got one needle. Where's my other needle? Oh, my other needle's here. So I will be happy when I finish this and I can get onto a different project. Although before I do start my next proper project, I am going to read that book. Which was it? Just in case anyone wasn't on the other day when I shared it. It was I'm not too sure where it is actually. It was a book for changing the shape and the style. So I will find it and I'll show it another day. I never quite know where things are because I'm moving from one place to another at the moment. But it's a really good little book, and it shows you how to change, look at the schematics and change the design. So if you want something much smaller on the hips, how to do that. It tells you about what shape you are. And I know I mentioned it on another show. Was it last week or the week before? So it looks really comprehensive. So the next time I do an item of clothing, I'm going to make sure that I redo the pattern as per their instructions. And it's really interesting that when Louisa Harding was in the Spotted Sheep, she said everybody makes cardigans, jumpers, etc. too big. And then when they get them, they always think, oh, I don't know. So if you've got big hips, you make the whole item to fit your hips. If you're larger on top, then you make it to fit your top, but then your shoulders are so much smaller. And it's about getting that absolutely right. So just like we do design for for sewing, it's getting that knitting right. And I just want something that fits me perfectly. So I'm going to spend, before I even start the next project, I'm really going to sit down and try and make it perfect before I start, because it takes us months and months and months, doesn't it? Yeah, so Tomorrow Ball, that's done. That's in Gogglefrogs. I think you may have it from me and from Sally, so just watch any of them. And yeah, and I will find that little book that I bought about how to change your patterns. And I do know that I've got a book somewhere, and it's got some designs in there where there are pleats. So I'll be using that box pleat as well, that I shared. Was that last week? Was that the middle of last week? It may have been, because I really did like the box pleat, and I just want to be able to practice those in an item. I think it would be really nice, in a little skirt, because there's quite a lot of skirts that you can knit if you have really good, like, dense fabric. And I think it would look lovely with little pleats in, box pleats. So you could do a drop waist and then have drop box pleats. So I know I've seen some patterns for tops with box pleats in them, and I'm going to have a look at that as well. So I will share that with you as soon as I can. So hopefully you've got a little bit of knitting done so far. I've got a few more rows and then I can start to decrease again. And Safi, did you say that you bought cubic needles? Because I know I really quite like cubic needles as well. So when I next do a top-down cardigan, I think I might get the right size needle in cubics, because I did really enjoy it. I think I did a little Noro cowl on the cubics, and I noticed a big difference. And I do like the carbons as well, so I could have hundreds and hundreds of needles. And that's something that we're going to do. We've had a suggestion that we are going to share all of our knowledge, and if we wanted to, what do we think the best needles are and why? Where do we get them from? What do we find they're really good for? So we're going to start that soon as well, so that we can all share our ideas. And then when somebody goes out to buy different needles, they know the pros and cons that we've already experienced. Because sometimes they're so expensive, aren't they? And I know I thought, oh, I'm not buying any carbons because they do seem quite expensive and I don't know if I'd like them. And when I bought them, do you know what? They were amazing. I really enjoyed them. Oh, Safi says that she's got the cubics, but she's not used them yet. Let me know what you think. I really liked them. And I felt as if the wool, I was using Noro, but it didn't fall off the needles as it sometimes can. So that was really good. Linda says the pattern was from a charity shop dated 1990. It's Jaeger leaflet 6352D. Maybe the Guild archive has it. Well, let me take a little picture of that and I will double check. Thank you, Linda. That's brilliant to know. And Brigitte says she's just completed her exercise for the day, hunting for her scissors, moved half the knitting bay around them. Moved half the knitting bay and found them down the right-hand side of the chair. How did that happen? They live to my left. Things always happen. Do you know what? I now have a funny story in our house, but all of my scissors go. Doesn't matter what they are. They can be in my little, I have little bags for crochet hooks and I have these tiny little scissors in there. It's amazing how many times they've been used by somebody else. And also all my steak knives have gone as well. So all my steak knives have been used in the garden, out there, doing for something. I don't know what, but yeah, I don't possess any steak knives now that don't have plaster on. So I have no idea what they're used for. But scissors go missing in our house. But in our house, it's not that they fall down the side of a chair. It's the fact that somebody uses them and blunts them as well. So I have to buy new scissors and hide them, and somehow they get found. So I'm glad you've got your exercise done, Brigitte. Oh, and I'll finish this row. Sally says, I think you need a chatelaine to keep your scissors on. What on earth is a chatelaine? I have to look at that, but we're on 56, so maybe we're going to have to find out for another day. Or this one. Oh, that's very nice. It's a decorative belt hook. This was on some program not long ago, one of these where they sell items. So yeah, it's a decorative belt hook or clasp worn at the lace with a series of chains suspended from it. Each chain is mounted with a useful household appendages such as scissors, thimbles, watches, keys, etc. So thank you ever so much. And I have actually seen one on a recent program. So I now know what that is. Can be worn around your waist or your neck. So thankfully, you're reunited with your scissors, Brigitte. There's nothing worse, is there, when you're looking for something? And I always find that whenever I go to sew something up, my favourite needle sometimes just disappears. And then I find it when I've started using one of the other ones. So hopefully you found that, and we will please just say where you can get a nice supply of these chatelaines, if that's how you pronounce it. I could be getting it all wrong there, but yes. Brigitte says, I only have one that hangs around my neck. And Marion says, usually worn by the housekeeper or the mistress of the house. Well done. So I had not seen them before a week ago when it was on that program, but maybe they still make them. I don't know. Interesting to know. One more row. I'll try and get one more row done. It's I really do want to finish this soon, and hopefully I will get it finished by the weekend. So which part of the weekend I don't know, but if it's finished by Sunday night, I'd be really happy, and if it's finished ahead of that, I'd be even happier. So yeah, let's see how quickly I can finish this, and then get on to my secret project that I really want to start again, and create something beautiful. So yeah. And with that, we're almost on 11 o'clock. So where has the time gone? I don't know. It's flown by. So it's been lovely to see you all. And thank you ever so much for coming. And I will see you again. Remember, there is no Gogglefrogs tomorrow. So see you on Tuesday and see you on Saturday and make a little diary entry for Tuesday's show. All right, see you at 10 on Saturday. Bye-bye.